It does not get any better than this. A Queensland derby, Broncos against the Titans. And to take you through all of the action, I'll hand it over to our commentary team, Ruan Sims and Peter Pasoltis.
Thank you very much, Emma. Well, it is must-win territory for both of these teams, two talented lineups looking to get back into the mix in this season's NRLW. And for the Brisbane Broncos, Talisha Harden in the forwards has been magnificent in a beaten side in the first two rounds. She will need to lead the way as far as this Brisbane pack is concerned this afternoon. Now, can Ali Brigginshaw guide the Broncos off the bottom of the ladder, or will the Titans make it 2 from 2 against the three-time premiers? Remembering in last season of NRLW, it was victory to the Gold Coast Titans. And there's a return to NRLW for Annette Brandner. Great to see the former Jillaroo back in NRLW. We are underway. The rivalry might be new, but it's certainly not short on feeling and intensity. And today it takes on even greater importance. A loss, and it'll be difficult to play finals as Amber Hall tries to assert her authority in this one early with an impressive first touch. A win this afternoon, and you're right back in the mix. Ruan Sims in commentary. It doesn't get much bigger than this, does it, Ru?
Good afternoon, Salty. No, it doesn't. And I think, you know, watching this Queensland derby, everyone up in the Northern State will be really excited to see two of their teams going around with a third to join the competition next year. So they'll definitely be keen to see who comes out on top here. And the Bronx, as Ali Brigginshaw puts in a big kick, looking for a 40-30, but there's no angle on it here. And Uppy Nichols picks that one up off the back.
Not a bad kick return either there from Uppy Nichols. There is Ali Brigginshaw. We'll be looking for a big game this afternoon. Madison Bartlett for the Gold Coast Titans, just short of the halfway line. Now they go into Broncos territory. Shannon Marteau was good last week in that narrow loss against the Newcastle Knights.
I had her in my team of the week last week. I thought she put in a really strong performance for the Titans, really trying to lead from the front here as this shift out to the left starts to work for the Titans. And this is what Karen Murphy wanted to see out of them. Good solid hands, work to their areas, and they want to try and get to their kick. So they need to get themselves in really good position so that Brown can put a kick in. Probably would want that one back though, I think, Salty.
Yeah, just trying to dig that one over the top. And Shakir Tungai back in the NRLW this afternoon. You'll have to watch out for her on the wing. There's Jamie Chapman moving into the centres. So next week, Jamie Chapman will probably play 5'8" because she started off at fullback, going to the wing, now the centres.
She's going to work her way through the back line. If she ends up in the front row, she'll be worried.
Very much so. Chelsea Lenarduzzi with a short ball. And it was well read there by Brandner and Brayley Nardi. Lenarduzzi going to Aiken. Now Amber Hall. The Broncos looking sharp early. 30 metres away from the Titans line. Lavinia Gould to Taryn Aiken. Puts a kick over the top. And Uppy Nichols taking that one. You saw some of the surface water there too at the feet of the players.
You know, and Murph said it rained overnight, but it looked like it's rained all morning because a significant amount of water came up off the surface there. Some great defence through the middle. Lavinia Gould. It's a good start by Amber Hall. This is exactly what I wanted to see out of her for the Broncos.
I've watched a lot of football here at Moreton Daily Stadium. That corner of the ground does, if there's any lingering water, that's where it is, but it should be okay about where Karina Brown has it now in their own 30. Marteau throwing a pass this time, and there's almost a bit of confusion there, but all okay for the Titans. Oh, except for that. There's a mistake from the Gold Coast. Let's check in on the conditions. Good afternoon, Darren Lockyer.
Afternoon, Salty. Yeah, it's the last 24 hours we've had a lot of rain here, and you see the water on the field, but it is towards the sidelines. In the middle of the field, it's really dry. So I think there's a strong breeze behind the Broncos in this first half, so that'll give them a lot of field position, I believe, and it'll put a lot of pressure on the Titans' defence.
Well, the Broncos on the front foot here, Darren. Lavinia Gould, the dummy half. Talisha Harden. Here's Aiken. Maddock. Now that's knocked down by Hashija Mosby. It'll be play on here for the Broncos. Hang on. No, it's not going to be play on. Lauren Brown has got it and can't get her hands to the ball. Now the Broncos have got it through Tungai. Thought it came off a Titans hand, but it wasn't ruled that way. But the Broncos have got the ball now. Lauren Brown almost created something out of nothing.
Oh, I agree with you, Salty. I thought it was actually touched by a Titan in flight, but the referee, Belinda, just says play on. And here there's a relieving penalty for the Broncos. This will get them into some really good field position early. But that error for the Titans, that's exactly what Murph didn't want them to do to start off this game. She wanted them to be a bit more understanding with the ball in hand. We're just watching this on replay. Yeah, touched? Okay, good. I thought it was my eyesight just slowly fading. But well, you play on. You've got to play to the referee, and that's exactly what Lauren Brown did. And also to start for the Titans, Hancock is on the bench and Laker Clark is taking that position to start in the front row.
So Brisbane off the back of that penalty. Ali Brigginshaw going down the short side. Ali on her own is tackled. Annette Brandon, one of the defenders there for the Titans. Now Talisha Harden, Chelsea Lenarduzzi, Taryn Aiken. Pops a pass, Lenarduzzi, flick pass, she loves that one. Brigginshaw on the bounce, picked up by Robinson. 10 metres away from the line here, the Broncos. Shanesa Solka, short to Talisha Harden. Good tackle, down low. Vania Politi with that tackle. Now Brigginshaw. Just couldn't find Lenarduzzi there. Here's the last for Brisbane. Gould to Lenarduzzi. Now Aiken puts a kick in, wants it to hold up, and Harpy Nichols watches it go, and then Shakia Tungai at Wet and Wild this afternoon, just pushing all the kids out of the way and going down the slide first.
Yeah, I thought we were further up the coast than Wet and Wild, but it's definitely happening out there today. Unfortunately, that kick from Aiken just dribbled it a little too long, but I thought she might have thought that the water might have held it up a little bit for her.
Tiana Rafstrand-Smith. Tackle 10 short of the halfway line. Brittany Brayley-Nardi, they go down a short side. Madison Bartlett. There's some good defence. Aiken in there. Tungai there as well. Forceful defence from Brisbane early. Titans now, still scoreless after 7 minutes. Brown. We got a little bit tricky there for Hayley Maddock in the bounce, but she handled it well. And tackled in the end there by Georgia Hale.
Well, it's the third time we've seen the Titans kick early in the tackle count as Maddock is just wiping a little bit of claret from the mouth there, but obviously trying to turn the Broncos pack around, make them turn and chase and maybe catch the fullback out of position, but so far they've been up to it.
Lavinia Gould. Here's Talisha Harden going short here to Hollyman. Aiken puts on a step, gets a pass away. Now that's play on here for Brisbane. No, it's not. No, it's knock on. I thought for a moment
Knock on Titans.
They found that one. They found that one. They had to have seen that one.
Where do you want it? Middle.
Even Aiken's having a little bit of a giggle at it too. There's plenty happening. Still the fourth, so they still had another tackle up their sleeves, the Bronx, and Brown plays at it, touches a Bronco, then it touches, Shannon Marto picks it up. So this will be a Broncos scrum and feed.
Will be.
Just their side of halfway, so it gives them plenty of real estate to play with, Salty. And this far out from the try line, I like how creative they get with that amount of space. They really shift the ball nicely.
Strong contact on Hayley Maddock from Hashija Mosby. Gould going short to Hollyman. There's a good charge. Sophie Hollyman with a good run. Georgia Hale in there. One of the Titans defenders. Gould now. Lenarduzzi back to Talisha Harden. Important tackle, Tiana Raffstrand-Smith. Still on the front foot here, Brisbane. And they're going to go in, are they? Yes! Jamie Chapman into the centres, into the water at Moreton Daly Stadium. But importantly for the Broncos, plants the ball down for the first 4-pointer of the afternoon.
Well, I don't want to sound like a broken record, Salty, but Murph did discuss before the game with us that she wanted to see their errors be significantly reduced, especially around that yardage position. We see here on the Harvey Norman replay, this try comes from that previous error. A play the ball in the middle of the field, and then this is just a nice little shift. Aiken throws a cutout pass and finds Chapman, who still had plenty of work to do. But it was a lovely service from Gould out to Aiken, who spots up on the D and then gives a nice early shift out to Chapman here. Gets her one-on-one with her opposite centre, Ajija Mosby. Like I said, had plenty of work to do because the winger came out to help out, but she spun beautifully and found the try line. Lockie.
Yeah, the presence of Amber Hall too. Mosby, she went a little bit in thinking Amber Hall's going to get the football. That created the space, and there's still plenty of work to do there for Chapman. So a lot of strength shown there to get the first try of the game.
Well, we made mention, Darren, earlier that she started the season at fullback, now in the wing, then into the centres. And that's a good centres try there for the former Dragon, Jamie Chapman. Watch out for the cable there. Shakia Tungai comes in and fails for the conversion. So first blood to the Broncos this afternoon in NRLW at Moreton Daly Stadium. Titans restart play. Oh, there's a good tackle. Tiana Raffstrand-Smith down low on Sophie Hollyman. And now they forced an error here, the Titans. Good defence.
Really good defence, and it needed to be. They needed to really step up, and Raffstrand-Smith just led the way there, threw herself, body and all, into Hollyman, who has been really impressive for the Broncos to start this game. And then, look at this contact. That's huge. And then Mosby just gets out of marker and plays at Lavinia Gould there and forces the error. This is excellent field position for the Titans. I'm really keen to see what they can do with the ball in nice and close in their own field position.
So the Titans now, their first venture down to Brisbane's end of the ground. Kimmy Brayley-Nardi feeds the scrum. Brittany Brayley-Nardi at the back of it, goes to Vania Politi. Tackled 20 metres away. Brayley-Nardi did, oh, they've ruled a mistake here as the ball came out.
They do have a captain's challenge if they want, but it doesn't look like they're going to...
Do you want a challenge or not? In the middle, clock's on.
Oh, they should have challenged.
They should have. Look, it's easy for us to say. We're sitting in a comm box watching it on replay.
Yeah.
I think they would have had a case there, though, the Titans.
So a scrum feed to the Broncos. And the Titans, well, they challenged and they probably would have a penalty right now. Lavinia Gould from the back of the scrum. Solid contact there. That was Uppy Nichols. Now it's Alicia Harden to Taryn Aiken. Jamie Chapman trying to get away from them. Better watch out in the slippery conditions. Does well, gets herself to ground before the Titans defenders could put her out. Amber Hall now. Nardo and Brayley-Nardi in the tackle. Gould to dummy half, goes to Talisha Harden. Now Gould, Brigginshaw. Shanaisha Solka chasing out after this kick. Karina Brown better hurry up. Here comes Solka. Couldn't get to the ball, and she'll get in the field of play just. That's a good chase from Sisolka. And Julie Robinson there as well. Down to you, Lockie.
We've got Steph Hancock. Great defence there by the Broncos. Steph Hancock, she's been stalking the sideline. She's about to come on. I guess the game's softened up now, and I don't reckon she'd be great at sitting on the sideline, Steph, but she's about to inject herself into the game. They're going to need her in this set of defence here.
Certainly will. That's extraordinary defence from Brisbane. Magnificent stuff. Kelvin Wright will be loving that.
Yeah, well, Taryn Aiken spoke pre-game as well that they wanted to kick early and continue to turn the Titans around, which is what they have been doing. But your kick's only as good as your chase, and that was brilliant from the outside backs for the Bronx.
Sisolka. Tackled by Kimmy Brayley-Nardi. Now, Brisbane through Fogavini. 10 metres away from the line.
Unlucky not to get a penalty there, I thought, Fogavini.
Taryn Aiken gets on the bouncing ball. Good tackle. Strand Smith. One-on-one on the Broncos 5'8". Maddock to dummy half. Brigginshaw inside to Amber Hall. Nowhere to go there for Amber. 2 tackles left in this set for the Broncos, looking for their second 4-pointer of the game. Hollyman. Sophie Hollyman. She'll almost get there, but there's 3 Titans drag her to ground. Last play. Well, Lenarduzzi onto that one. And she'll crash over. Does she get the ball down? Chelsea Lenarduzzi. Did the tip of the ball get down? It did. Try time, Brisbane.
Wow. That's all I can say. I honestly did not think she got that ball down. I thought defence was up to it for the Titans, but the ball from Lavinia Gould, I really want to watch this one back on the Harvey Norman replay, because that ball that she threw was absolutely magic. Look at how she gets out. She draws the markers in towards her, and the space opens up behind, and then I can just see the ball a little bit, but I feel like the bunker might take a longer view at this one. Lockie on the sideline, what did you think?
Oh, it was a great set play. Last tackle, and then the sort of deceiving, but going one way, then the ball to the other. But then you look like the Titans had it covered. There was 5 of them there, and then Lenarduzzi just wanted it more, and it was a big play, because I thought the Titans had it held up for sure, but she got it down, and the Bronx out to an 8-0 lead, maybe 10.
Chelsea Lenarduzzi with the try for Brisbane. That's just strength, determination, and the tip of the ball got to ground. So Brisbane 8 points in front. Shakir Tungai, first game for Brisbane. Meg Ward watching on in the yellow shirt, and has sprayed it. No goal.
Okay. Stay on.
8-0, Brisbane in front of the Titans, and you've got to wonder, Rue, that they will be, pardon me, but ruining the decision not to challenge that mistake a couple of minutes ago, the Titans.
Well, it was a big turnaround for the Titans, and unfortunately for them, the Broncos took full advantage of it. But honestly, I think it's just been the way that the forwards have been running for the Bronx. They've been setting such a great platform, and off the back of it gives Aiken and Brigginshaw a little bit more time to scheme and get themselves into some really good field position.
Here's Jasmine Pongavini. Now, Ali Brigginshaw. Taryn Aiken gives a pass away to Hollyman, and it was well read there by Shannon Marto. Gould to dummy half. Bring plenty of enthusiasm to this Broncos team early on. Talisha Harden now wrapped up. Gould to Aiken. Now Jamie Chapman gets an offload away. That's touched by Brown, picked up by Gould. It's back to 0 now for the Broncos. Everything going their way except for that. There's the mistake.
Okay, it'll be about in the middle here.
Doesn't that one hurt?
Okay.
They played such great footy to get themselves into this position, and they just wanted to continue to play on the front foot. And unfortunately, those errors that we spoke about earlier just creeping in a little bit.
Arms over each other.
And Talisha Harden should be disappointed with herself with that one, because she has been one of their best players to start this competition, Salty.
Right, it's about to get real as the NRL Women's Telstra Premiership season culminates in a triple-header clash at Central Coast Stadium on Sunday the 18th of September. Secure your seats at nrl.com/tickets now. Karina Brown fighting in the tackle, and the Titans get a much-needed penalty.
Well, this one will help because, Salty, I don't know, we might be able to get the graphic up a little bit later, but currently the Broncos have had 73% possession. So the Titans have only had 27% in this whole 18, almost 19 minutes. And I reckon they've only had a couple of tackles in the Broncos' 20. So this is really important time now for the Titans.
Annette Brander. Strong charge from Gavini with the tackle. Brittany Brayley-Nardi to dummy half for the Titans. Here's Steph Hancock. There's Georgia Hale throwing a dummy. And it's wrapped up by Amber Hall. Titans needing a try to get right back into it. Hancock on the charge that time. Lenarduzzi wraps her up over the top. Just when Steph was looking for an offload. Brayley-Nardi to Shannon Marto. With a fend as well on Lavinia Gould, but Amber Hall wrapped her up. 10 away. 2 tackles left in the set. Hall to Kimmy Brayley-Nardi. Arpy Nichols is wrapped up. Last play here for the Titans. Can they at least get a repeat set? They go down the short side. Brayley-Nardi with a grubber kick, picked up by Julia Robinson. Oh, she's throwing it forward. And now Brayley-Nardi will get it and will almost get there. That's extraordinary. Bit of panic there from Julie Robinson. A metre away from the line. Hancock, Steph Hancock fires a pass, Karina Brown. And it looked like she slipped over there, Karina Brown, and goes in the touch.
Play the ball.
What just happened? Rue, over to you.
Oh, I feel like Julia Robinson was just a little discombobulated there. She got spun around in the tackle. Here, let's watch this again on replay. She got spun around and she must have thought she was facing her own try line, but she was facing Brittany Brayley-Nardi, who comes up with the goods. And this was actually a really smart play by Hancock. She spotted that her winger was free, and then that left leg of Brown just slid out from underneath her, and she was cleaned up and sent over the touchline. Darren Lockyer on the touchline.
Yeah, that was a really unusual couple of moments in the game. What's that word you just used, Rue? That was pretty impressive.
Discombobulated.
Very, very good. Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen that on a footy field too often, throwing the ball like that on your try line to the opposition.
Discombobulated too often either, so.
I like to bring some class. And the thesaurus.
Here's Hayley Matty now for Brisbane. Slow to get up there, the Broncos fullback. Now Taryn Aiken kicking from inside the 40. Goes over the head there of Madison Bartlett. No harm done. Throws the pass to Arpy Nichols. Can't get away from Lavinia Gould. Karina Brown. Good footing there from the veteran winger. Titans working their way back into the contest quite well. Oh, there's some solid contacts. It's the former Titan, Brianna Clark, on Shannon Marto. Now Steph Hancock with some room to move and an offload to Lauren Brown. Brown finds Roughstrand Smith. That's good stuff from the Gold Coast, keeping it alive for Gija Mosby.
Oh, and Tungai has been left down in back play there for the Broncos. I feel like she's probably going to have to come from the field. She's with the trainer as Brown puts in a little kick.
On the last, this will stay in.
Smart kick.
And that's a great kick, but well done by Hayley Maddock. Brilliant kick from Lauren Brown.
It was a great kick by Brown. She just needed more people chasing with her. They knew it was the last. They knew it was coming. They just got to try and play more front foot footy. This is better, though, from the Titans. Defensively, they're really aiming up on the Bronx.
Oh, almost lost the ball there, Ali Brigginshaw. Julie Robinson. And Tungai getting some running repairs in back plays. You can just see in the bottom left corner of your screen. Play just halted. This is what got her in this position.
It was a great run by Roughstrand Smith.
Oh, the point of the shoulder.
Yeah, just collects her shoulder right up under her chin. Lockie, you were a bit closer on the sideline.
Yeah, that was some heavy contact, yeah, and got it right on the chin. So, and they tried to get the game stopped immediately, but they couldn't. But it has now, and I would say that her afternoon might be over, but we'll keep an eye on it. If she comes off the field, we'll. I think it's a HIA. We'll soon see.
Yeah, I think you're right, Lockie. There was immediate concern shown by the physio there, and she's come straight from the field. So there's going to be a little bit of changing around here for the Bronx to fill that space on the edge.
All right, tonight, sold out Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. We'll bring you the clash between the Cowboys and the Panthers from 7 o'clock right here on 9. Good game tonight. Chance to see Generation Next for the Panthers tonight. The Cowboys were looking for a big one as well. Now, Hannah Larson coming on the field now for the Broncos.
Yeah, that'll push Chapman out to the wing.
Hannah Larson on the field. And play on here. Brisbane might have just liked that rest because the Titans are all over them defensively. Here's Brianna Clark. And it'll be the last. Clark stands in the tackle. Brigginshaw kicking from inside the 40. That's a good kick return there from Arpy Nichols for the Titans.
Well, let's see if the Titans can take advantage of this change-up that's happened on the left edge defensively for the Bronx. Fongavini's gone out to left centre and Chapman's gone out to left wing. But the middle D from the Bronx, they've really stood up to the task so far this afternoon. I'm sure Kelvin Wright will be really happy.
Gija Mosby goes into Broncos territory now for the Titans. Brittany Brayley-Nardi. Steph Hancock calling for it. She gets it. Good charge there from Steph, but Brianna Clark and Hannah Larson in the tackle for Brisbane. Hale, Kimmy Brayley-Nardi held it on up beautifully for Brandner, who's going to be tackled 10 away from the line. Make it 20 away from the line. Here's Politi. Ivania Politi now. Will be tackled, that'll be a turnover.
They might want that option again, Saltsy. They got themselves into good field position, nice line break. The space was actually back on the right edge for them. If they could shift it out there, I reckon they would have been able to get in and get at what I spoke about before, that defensive change for the Bronx on that left wing for them.
What goes sideline, Darren Lockyer? Lockyer, is that breeze favouring Brisbane or is it coming across the ground a bit more?
It's a southerly. It's definitely behind Brisbane, and I think, Taryn said it before the game. They wanted to kick early, and so far the Titans, I think it's a 12-point breeze. So they've done a good job so far, the Titans. But I think kicking early is the way to go because it is strong and it's behind the Broncos.
Now Chapman. I'd love to know how they work out the equation. how many points a breeze is worth.
Could just be a feeling.
Yeah, we all do it. That's a good take from Uppy Nichols, and it's attacked the Broncos chasers as well.
Well, this is much better now for the Titans. Tackle one, they're on halfway. They've got themselves already into good ball. Now they need to fall into some shape where they can actually start to attack back at the Broncos line, work over the middles, try and split them and find their way through.
Jess Alliston on the field for the Titans. As is Faifua. Now Hale to Brown, short to Rafstrand Smith. Well, they're calling for it. The outside backs, Ajija Mosby and Madison Bartlett. Had an overlap there, the Titans. Now Brown. Cut out pass to Bartlett. They do well to stay in. They do take her in the end away from the touchline. Jamie Chapman and Amber Hall. Brown with a grubber kick in goal area. And that is a very, very good take there from Julie Robinson. Could have got ugly there for Brisbane, but it was a good take in the end on the run.
Absolutely. This is why your OBs are worth what you pay them, because they have to work really, really hard in these high-pressure scenarios. It was a beautiful kick by Brown. She threaded the needle nicely. And then Robinson just diffused it really well for the Bronx. But now defensively, the Titans, they're still keeping them into their own 20, 30 metres at the moment. So they want to continue this effort, high energy from the Titans.
Saying, Rue, that the outside backs are worth more than the middle forwards.
I said they're worth what you pay them.
In case you're not aware, Ruan Sims, former front rower.
Proud member of the Front Rowers Union.
I should say prolific try-scoring front rower, Ruan Sims. Madison Bartlett, there's a good chase there from Brisbane. How'd you feel? You get that initial contact, and then Amber Hall is the player to come in and clean up. Now, Hayley J. Orman-Morsel comes on the field now for the Titans and had a good impact off the bench last week. They're looking for similar this afternoon. Bartlett pushed back in the tackle again. There's been some strong defence here from Brisbane. Brown to Rafstrand Smith. Amber Hall over the top. Oh, on there too long, Amber Hall. So
Too slow.
a penalty. He just heard Belinda Sharp there say too slow.
Yeah, Salty, I was about to make the point as well that the Broncos appear to have been able to really lie around and control that ruck speed against the Titans. And then obviously Belinda's got a tip up from her touch judge because a penalty was ensuing. And now the Titans, midfield.
Steph Hancock with the run. 30 metres away here, the Gold Coast. Faifua to Hale, and then they've put it down.
Do not show us a picture of the coach's box right now. I feel like Murph would be less than impressed. It was a real focus for her coming into the game today. Errors with ball in hand, discipline on the other side of the football. And at the moment, I'm wondering whether the conditions are just playing against the Titans, because I feel like they're just letting those little things creep into the game at the moment, and it's really gifting Broncos really good field position.
Kelvin Wright, that's Vicky Wilson.
It is Vic, she's on the board with the
Yeah.
Bronx. Had the
Netball
pleasure
legend.
of meeting her a few weeks ago. She is a legend.
Now Brisbane shifting it. Chapman goes straight away to Bongavini, who's standing out on that left wing. It is a reshuffled team, having lost Tungai. Now that's high, just no malice in there from Jess Alliston, a penalty.
No, she was on the way down, but did make contact with the head. So as we've seen all year, that is a penalty. I think also Talisha managed to get a hand in the way, so she didn't get too much across the face on the way through. But again, gifting this ill discipline, gifting the Broncos really good field position.
Chelsea Lenarduzzi with a charge inside the final 4 minutes of the half. And Brisbane on the front foot. Jada Ferguson is on the field now for Brisbane. That's her in jersey 14 at dummy half. Harden to Aiken to Amber Hall. Amber Hall looking to wind up and is wrapped up. 19 away from the line. Ferguson goes to dummy half. Titans defence have to be wary about her. Now here goes Jamie Chapman for a second try and gets there. Some great work down the left for Brisbane, and they're in for their third try. Chapman with a second.
What about the footwork in the lead up for this try? Chapman had plenty of work to do. Again, getting her nice early ball, getting her one-on-one with her opposition. But it also touches back on what Lockie spoke about. We'll see this on the Harvey Norman replay. Amber Hall had a great run in that lead up. Drew them in, flipped her forward, and then they get a nice... Aiken gets a good ball out to Chapman, who puts on some great footwork here. This will be a great view front on. Aiken squares up on the centre, gives her plenty of space. The winger doesn't have a chance. Uppy Nichols tries, but Chapman was just too good with that hit and spin there. Darren Lockyer, touchline.
Yeah, nice work by Aiken with the footwork. Got Mosby interested in her, which created the gap for Chapman. And they've gone down there a few times today. I think it's a deliberate ploy to test that side out. And Chapman, she's got some strength. You see it here, just off the right foot, gets the centre interested, and that creates the overlap and the space for Chapman. And then, yeah, the strength of her. And as we see Ellie Brigginshaw step in to try and make it a 14-0 score, and it's just wide.
So it's 3 tries to nil, but
Stay on.
it is only 12-0 because Brisbane are at none from 3 so far this afternoon. Granted, 2 of those kicks have been very difficult. Inside the last 2 minutes of the half. And they do have Brianna Clark who can kick as well. She hasn't had an attempt so far this afternoon. Don't forget, she kicked the winning goal for the Gold Coast Titans. She's now, of course, a Bronco, but kicked the winning goal for the Titans against the Broncos in the last NRLW.
Yeah, she wasn't on the field for the first 2 kicks, but I was wondering why Shaq was taking the kicks instead of Brigginshaw, and I was wondering if Ali might have been carrying a bit of a leg injury. We saw her with one last week. But she seems to be running well, and she kicked that ball. The strike was okay, so we'll just watch that as the game continues. We might see Brianna.
Aiken kicks that one into the corner. It's going to sit up. That's a beautiful kick, and now look out! Great defence. Uppy Nichols goes into touch. And Brisbane, well, they'll get to play the ball here, and they'll have a chance for maybe 2 or 3 plays.
Well, what's the old cliche? Your kicks is only as good as your chase, and this was a beautiful chase. The kick was lovely, placed really well, but that chase, Fongavini and Chapman, that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It gives them the final possession leading into half-time.
Clark, she'd love a try against a former club. Oh, gets up, and it's a penalty.
No, come back in. Interference on the arm.
10 seconds to go, maybe take the 2.
It's there for them, isn't it?
Shot at
So
goal.
they're going to take the 2.
I was wrong last night, I was right today.
So this will be the last play of the half. The siren sounds, and a chance now for Ali Brigginshaw to make it a 14 points to 0 lead. So Ali's going to take the kick. No, Brianna Clark. Getting some advice there from Meg Ward, who could kick as well. Meg, saw her have a couple of shots, I'm sure. Might have been a training.
Salty, you saw me have a couple of shots of train.
Never missed either, Roo. He only took them from in front, though. But here's Ali Bringinshaw to make it a 14-point lead. And missed it. So it remains 12 points to 0. Brisbane in front, but Titans are still well and truly in the contest. Half-time at Moreton Daly Stadium. Brisbane 12 leading the Titans 0. The Broncos and the Titans. A local derby in NRLW and plenty to play for this afternoon. A win and you're right back in the mix as far as semi-finals are concerned. This kickoff is going to get very risky. That's a penalty. That should be a penalty. It won't be a penalty. No, they've got it now. Belinda Sharp's got it. Penalty to Brisbane. A Titans player picking up the ball in an offside position.
Yeah, not the way I think the Titans wanted to start this second half. That you can see just how strong that breeze is now coming up from the south that Lockie spoke about earlier, because the ball just sat up and Brianna Clark kicked that one off. But the Titans in this second half, we saw some pretty animated scenes at half-time from Karen Murphy. I'm pretty sure she'll be saying to them, reduce those errors. We've only had minimal possession. We need to complete at a higher rate. Yeah, there we go. 25 kilometres an hour coming from the southwest. And that kick to start the second half was straight into the teeth of the breeze.
Jada Ferguson, the dummy half. Chelsea Lenarduzzi. Wrapped up. Jess Alliston, one of the defenders there for the Titans. Ferguson goes now to Aiken. Here's Amber Hall. Good luck stopping her. Oh, they do. Good defence. Jess Alliston down low. Ferguson. Brianna Clark. And the Titans have got it. Trying to offload in traffic. The ball was coming free and the Titans have got it anyway. Here's Politi. Let's take your sideline. Darren Lockyer, you've got an injury update for us.
Yeah, Shikaya Tungai, who was off for the HIA sort of late in that first half. She will not be returning. Her afternoon is done.
Thank you, Darren. Well, he was Dr. Darren last week. He was picking up all the injuries down there on the sideline.
And we can see Shaq on the sideline there in a tracksuit. It'll be disappointing for her. It's her first game back today as well after a little time off.
Brown goes to Rafstrand Smith. Put down. 5 short of the halfway line. Alliston looking to wind up. Good run there from the Titans, interchange forward. Now Hale. Georgia Hale, that's a good run. Fafua to dummy half. Lauren Brown, dummy to the outside, goes in the inside there to Alliston. They're inside the Titans 20. Last play, Lauren Brown puts in a grubber kick. Maddox got it and stays in the field of play. Does well in the end.
That's a really good set out of trouble for the Titans. Obviously, they had the piggyback with the penalty to get them a few metres further, but that was a really great set straight through the middle. Georgia Hale was fantastic, but great ruck recognition just to get out and find that space. I want to see more of that out of them in this second half.
Still in their own 20 here, Brisbane. Oh, Julie Robinson just limping as she got up there. Hope it's nothing serious. There's a kick from just outside the 20. It's a pretty good one, but Harpy Nichols covers a fair bit of territory to get to that one on the full and put a team on the front foot here at the start of the set. And
It's the same again.
gets even better for the Gold Coast because they get a penalty.
Hang on.
Yeah, I tell you what, Belinda is going to be really stern with this one here, because you just heard her say that's the second time we've seen this penalty. So I think if they show that ill discipline again, someone might be spending time in the bin.
They'd love an early try here, the Gold Coast. There's a strong charge from Rafstrand Smith. Two number 12s in there, Amber Hall, two great competitors. Now Faifua, Brown, Hancock, Steph Hancock, great run. Picks up about 18 metres. Now they're really on the front foot here. Faifua. Look about that, the steps there from Faifua. Now, Brayley Nardi along the ground, Karina Brown, and just couldn't get to it on the bounce. It wouldn't bounce up for her, and it skids over the touchline. They didn't need that, the Gold Coast.
No, Faifua's been doing some really great work off some great runs through the middle, off Georgia Hale's run, off the last one we just saw there of Steph Hancock. She got out beautifully, but people just need to be getting with her. They need to be running with her, because when the defence converge on her, she can get a nice little offload off. And unfortunately there, that last pass goes to ground and the bounce isn't favourable for the Titans. But this is an opportunity now for them to tune up their defence and just really work hard.
Good to see Julia Robinson with that run after she was very ginger getting up from her last carry. Oh, Chelsea Lenarduzzi's put that down. And Lauren Brown's got it for the Titans.
There's a cheeky little play at the ball there by the Titans defensively. All legal, of course.
Offload there to Hazija Mosby. Steph Hancock. Good charge. You get the feeling with the Gold Coast, when they get one, then the second or third might come pretty quickly. They're a confidence team. Hale, Brayley Nardi. Now Uppy Nichols, that's a better ball. Karina Brown. Well, she did well there in the end. She could have gone for the corner, but would have slid into touch. Plenty of water at the home of the Dolphins, getting ready for next year. Jess Alliston.
And the groundskeepers hit the brief for next year.
Make it comfortable for the Dolphins. Well, already is the home of the Dolphins. Anyway, here we go. Hale, Brown, Hazija Mosby. Can she find Madison Bartlett? She does. There it is. Game on. The Titans are in.
Much better play, much better shifting here from the Titans. What I liked most about it was the previous play, they'd shifted all the way to the left. Brown took the tackle and then they go back to their right, just draw in the defence from the Broncos. And it was a lovely little finish off here. But we're going to watch it again on the Harvey Norman replay. Here they go, play the ball just to the left of the upright. Nice direct running. Mosby does well to draw in both the centre and the winger. And that's a really good finish by Bartlett. She improves the position as well for her kicker. And Chapman just had to go in on her on that one because she was holding the ball in two hands, just working over the defensive line. A lovely last pass for Bartlett.
Who's now the leading try scorer in NRLW. That's her 9th. Down to you, Lockie.
Yeah, great execution. All the balls were out in front. This pass here from Hale was a ripper. That's created the space out wide, but all the balls were put out in front of every player, and they needed that. The Titans, they needed to strike first in the second half.
Hazija Mosby doing well, and then the attempted conversion waved away. Well, I don't know what I'm more entertained by, the fact that the Titans have just scored a try and it's game on, or they're playing Run to Paradise over the loudspeaker here and hearing Ruan Sims sing it.
Oh, a little from column A, a little from column B, Salty, I believe.
Oh, hang on. Oh, they better watch the bounce here.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
She's played at it.
Hale's picked it up inside the 10. She's touched it, so now it's going to be a Broncos penalty.
Oh.
That's certainly not entertaining for Karen Murphy.
What are you going to do?
A little bit of a brain snap there by Georgia Hale. You just got to let that one play, and the referee was all over it. If she'd just let it run, it would have been a penalty the opposite way. Titans on the push, but now the Broncos, Lenarduzzi is finding really good space through the middle.
She sure is. 30 metres away. Jada Ferguson goes to Aiken. Now Amber Hall. Late offload. Hayley Maddox got it. 18 away from the line. Make it 15. Making yardage on the ground, Hayley Maddox. What a change in momentum. Now Aiken. Aiken slips through. Gets a pass away. It was touched by a Titan, was it? No, still tackle 4. Might hit the shoulder of a Titan, but it's play on here for Brisbane as Amber Hall has it. Ferguson. Brigginshaw, it's the last. Shanae Sasolka has got great footwork. Sets sail for the corner. Evades them all. Shanae Sasolka with a beauty.
Good girl.
This is great work. Sasolka has brilliant footwork just to find her way through the line, but the setup, obviously all coming off of that error from the kickoff. It should have been the opposite happening. The Titans should have been the one pushing in their own field position. But we see here on the Harvey Norman replay, again, the long setup just to the left of the far upright. Sasolka does really well. Burns Politi for pace, which you don't see that often. She's such a strong defender. But they get up and out, and they're just on the push already here. And Sasolka does brilliantly to get on her outside. Plenty of determination, plenty of strength. Holds her feet and gets over the try line.
Shanae Sasolka, a Queensland Origin representative. She's played for Australia, you see there, Rugby Sevens, yeah, and touch footy as well. There's a good shot. Oh, there you go. How good's that?
Someone's pretty happy about the try.
Smiling baby. Oh, there's a kick. Brianna Clark.
Oh, okay.
18 points to 4. Shanae Sasolka with the try.
Stay on side.
But here we go, Roo. Finally, a front rower converting a try. There you go.
Hey, when you need a job done, you get a front rower to do it. What a kick.
Except if you want long-range tries or...
Oh,
No, you can do them too.
yeah, thank you. Take that back.
Chelsea Lenarduzzi. Playing the ball for the Broncos. 18-4. What a change in momentum. Ferguson to Brigginshaw. Aiken. Here's Clark. Wrapped up well in the end. Ferguson.
Nice day.
3 Titans in the tackle. Wrapping up Jada Ferguson in the last week or so. I don't know, many players across the NRLW. Hang on, might have to get back to that one as the bounce eludes Jamie Chapman, but I know a few people that were coached by Jada Ferguson during the week, visiting schools, so well done. I know it happens right across the NRL and NRLW, but left a really good impression to Jada Ferguson during the week, which is great to see.
That is good to see, and it's always good when the players are able to get out into the community and give back in these kinds of instances. And, you know, there is the Veronica White medal in the women's game, and there's the Ken Stevens medal in the men's for service to the community. So it's always good to see the players out there.
Tiana Rafstrand-Smith. Good by Amber Hall. That's a good battle. It has been a good battle throughout the game. Well, how can the Titans respond here? Still plenty of time left for them. Hale playing it. There's a messy play the ball, but Faifua takes off on her own. 2 tackles left here in this set. Shannon Marto goes to dummy half. Kimmy Brayley-Nardi. Ivania Politi, good tackle. Shanae Sissoko front on. Kimmy Brayley-Nardi gifts that one to Amber Hall. Pongavini. Now the Broncos through Chapman. Goodbye, Faifua. 10 short of halfway here. Oh, and a penalty late in the tackle count.
No, it's not a proper play the ball because she loses it, but you're crowding.
Well, there you go. That's a pretty clear descriptor from Belinda there, the ref, telling her exactly what the penalty was for. And I actually thought it was pretty borderline, the whole tackle, actually. I thought she came in a little bit late. So a fair penalty here for the Broncos, who choose to tap and go, already find themselves just near halfway.
More good field position here for Brisbane. Clark. Taken by Alliston over the top. Marto down low. Lenarduzzi. Offloads to Ferguson. A few of the Titans had their backs turned, and Jada Ferguson helps herself to about 15 metres there. Plays it on the Titans 20. Maddock to Brigginshaw. Lovely pass to Hannah Larson, but a good tackle down low from Politi. Quick play the ball. It's with Hayley Maddock. And Maddock is crunched by Shannon Marto and Georgia Hale. Ferguson on the last. Taryn Aiken. Nice pass, Amber Hall. Amber Hall delivers a beautiful ball away to Jamie Chapman, and she's in for her 3rd try of the afternoon. Having a field day, and the Broncos go further in front. But Ruan, what about the play from Amber Hall in the lead-up?
Massive. But it's the whole lead-up, not just that last play that we saw out of the Broncos. It was the field position. Leonard Dutzy had a great run with a beautiful offload. Here on the Harvey Norman replay, we're watching just this last play. Aiken pops the ball over the top, and Hall's actually got the ball in the wrong arm. She's got it in her right arm with the defence coming up on her right shoulder. Fends with her left arm across her body, creates enough space to get that try assist away to Chapman, who, as you said, scores her 3rd for the afternoon. And for the Bronx into the breeze, this is pretty good work. Darren Lockyer, sideline.
Well, Amber Hall did well to pick up that ball at the other end of the field, and then she sets up this try here. But it was, again, the work of Aiken, trying to get Mosby interested into her. She came in, creates the overlap, and then Amber Hall one-on-one with a smaller winger. It was always going to be too hard to handle. She just got the ball away to Chapman, who gets a hat-trick. So that's a nice day out for her, and maybe she's not done that yet. But there, you see it again. Aiken gets the centre interested in, and that creates the overlap and the space.
There you go. That is the baby. We are seeing the baby Broncos this afternoon. Yep, that's right. He was on TV. Good stuff.
That's so good.
Now Clark from the opposite touchline tries to swing it back, not enough. Brisbane 22 points to 4 in front. Very animated, the Titans, I should say.
Stay on, Ivania, Karina, stay on.
The huddle. Amazing how quickly the momentum swung in this second half back towards the Broncos. After the Titans had scored that try. And Brisbane looking confident. Don't forget tonight at 7 o'clock on 9, we've got the Cowboys against the Panthers. A different looking Panthers team, but so much intrigue about it. In a sold-out Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. Looking forward to this one this evening. Saturday night footy on Channel 9. Maddock. The Broncos now through Talisha Harden. On the last. Riggenshaw. That's floating everywhere. The Broncos could get to this one through Chapman. She does. Can't get... Oh, hang on. It was offside.
You can really see off that kick just how strong this breeze is from the south there. Because the kick goes up from Brigginshaw, which would normally find 30, 40 metres on the push. And it just sat up. Here we go. We're seeing that she steps just outside the 40. Watch the breeze take it, and it just almost stopped dead in its tracks.
The Titans with the penalty. Look, they've got time. They need 3 converted tries. Down to you, Lockie.
Yeah, with that breeze in mind, but Appy Nichols, she's standing way too deep for mine, and that's going to keep happening if she stands that deep. So she probably needs to come up another 10 metres, but the Titans have got a chance here to get some momentum back with some field position.
Brittany Brayley-Nardi about to play the ball to Taya Fafua. Shannon Marto passed before the line to Annette Brandner. Brandner's going to be wrapped up just outside the Broncos 30. Fafua, Marto. Shannon Marto looking to wind up, but tackled there by Hollyman down low, had a bit of help over the top. Fafua, now Brown, puts in a grubber kick for Bartlett. It's a beauty. Madison Bartlett just couldn't get a hand to it. And look out, Jamie Chapman. She's looking for 4 evading defenders and is wrapped up. Exciting piece of play.
Oh, great last-ditch defence there by Hayley Maddock. The ball bounced up beautifully for Bartlett, and then it was just the contact of the much smaller Maddock on Bartlett that dislodged the ball. But I actually thought that Chapman was standing in front of Maddock when that occurred, so whether they're deeming that she didn't play at it or not, it's play on at the moment.
Well, that is play on. A one-on-one strip, and the Titans have got it. Now, with just under 15 minutes left, can they score here and get back into the contest to Gold Coast? Karina Brown takes off out of dummy half. 20 metres away from Brisbane's line. Avania Politi goes into dummy half. Georgia Hale to Jess Alliston. And Alliston is wrapped up here for the Gold Coast. Fafua. Now Brayley-Nardi. Shannon Marto. 2 tackles left in the set now for the Gold Coast. Brayley-Nardi. Beautiful short ball here for Hayley J. Osman. Mornsel, but is wrapped up. Last tackle. Politi on the bounce. Marto, does she know it's the last? Well, I don't think she does because it's a turnover.
That was a messy last tackle option for the Titans. The previous play, though, Georgia Hale, we saw Steph Hancock score off exactly the same play last week. That beautiful deft of hand looking to play out the back, hits the front runner, but some really good defence by the Broncos were able to shut that one down. Now it's imperative for the Titans in this last sort of 14 minutes. Defensively, they really need to tighten this up and try and keep the Broncos down here if there's any chance of getting back into this match.
Salter playing the ball. Here's Ferguson. Hit solidly there by Georgia Hale. Jada Ferguson. Lisa Harden, Taryn Aiken, Amber Hall. What a ball from Amber Hall to Taryn Aiken. Finds Jamie Chapman. Chapman gets a pass away. And Hayley Maddock has it. 10 metres into Brisbane territory. And a penalty, Brisbane.
Yeah, and Bartlett went for the strip there before they hit the deck.
And then she stripped. It's post the held call, so you can't challenge it.
There you go. So that's pretty clear from referee Belinda Sharp there. It was a good run, a great offload by Hall. Aiken, I thought, might have put a little bit of footwork on Uppy Nichols. She finds Chapman. It's just this contest on the ground. Bartlett gets herself in a good position for a strip, but unfortunately, tackle was called held and a penalty now gets the Broncos back on the front foot.
Sophie Hollyman. Tackled by Annette Brandner. Lauren Brown and Brittany Brady-Nardi in there. Ferguson. Now Brisbane. Through Sarah Sautia. Bobble there, or didn't lose it anyway. Managed to retain possession. Here goes Taryn Aiken. Aiken is going to be tackled a metre away from the line.
Did you see Chapman screaming down that left edge?
And Chapman gets a pass away, and they're going to score through Jasmine Fogavini. Brisbane go further in front. Chapman scored 3 and she just set one up.
Well, again, the Broncos off the back of some really great forward play, some nice offloads, helped again by that penalty, get themselves into good field position, but continuing to attack using their left edge. Even though they had that change with the injury earlier, they seem to just have hit their straps. They haven't missed a beat. Oh, and here we go. We're going to see
I'm on screen here.
the bunker.
Tries under review.
The bunker's going to have a look at this.
Let's have a look. Oh,
Taylor Ferguson propels the ball towards her opponent's dead goal line, cause of cheating and knock on. We have a decision.
A bobble.
Bobble. Well, Fongavini will be disappointed.
She will be.
Strong. No try.
A bobble there from Jada Ferguson. That's his favourite word.
It's well picked up.
Here it is.
Watching it live, didn't quite pick that up, so...
Oh no, the bunker will pick up everything.
So they're deeming she propelled this towards her own try line and into the ground, so that's a knock on. What say you, Darren Lockyer?
Roo, what was it? The bonker. The bonker.
Yeah, the bonker.
Is that
The bonker.
a new term?
The bonkers. Bonkers.
Yeah, they obviously were sitting up there and watching the replay and saw that, so it's the right call. But with the Titans, they got to get their discipline right if they're going to win or get themselves back into this game. Too many errors, too many penalties, and they need a good set right here.
They certainly do. And Steph Hancock ready to come back into the action for the Gold Coast. Discombobulating her words there, as I might have just done too.
Yeah. say it again, Salsa.
Anyway, too big a word. Here goes Lauren Brown, putting a kick downfield. A terrific mover is Jamie Chapman. Just glides across the ground. And now they get a penalty.
Yeah, hang on.
It's all coming unstuck here for the Gold Coast.
Well, Lockie just touched on it's discipline. Discipline both sides of the football, which is what has let the Titans down. And I think Karen Murphy will be really disappointed with that because that was her key focus. And we spoke to her pre-game, we heard from her pre-game that was what she was really focused on this week. And at the moment, they just haven't executed.
Georgia Hale, 43 tackles there for the Gold Coast Titans. Made 50 last week with Georgia Hale.
She's got another 10 minutes. She'd make 60.
Penalty Brisbane, there were more than one in the tackle there. And still the story of the afternoon is that all of those tackle leaders were Titans players. They've had to do a
Got a
mountain
captain's
of
challenge
defence.
from the
Captain's
Titans.
challenge.
On-field ruling is a strip.
The
Here we go.
two players in the tackle. Jataya Faifua has intention to strip. The challenge is unsuccessful.
They might have just used that to chew up a bit of time, the Titans. It was pretty clear that there were still 2 other players involved, or at least 1 other player involved.
Right, so Brisbane tap and go here through Lavinia Gould. Ferguson remains on the field, so Gould playing as a back rower now. Aiken, Hayley Maddock, the Jamie Chapman. Chapman gets it away, and Fongavini, boy, she's elusive. Look at her go. What a great run that is. 11 metres away from the line. Aiken, Hollyman. Good contact there. Brianna Clark on Hollyman. Goes to the one-on-one steal and can't end up with the ball. Broncos still have it. Ellie Bringenshaw. Short to Chelsea Lenarduzzi, and she's tackled. A couple of metres away from the line. Ferguson. Is this going to be 4 for Chapman? No, they go short here for Talisha Harden. And Harden's tackled a metre away. Ferguson goes on her own and gets there. Jada Ferguson with a try for
Coming up to
Brisbane.
tackle 6. We've got no try. Confirm a double movement, please.
Or may not have got a try for Brisbane. We'll check it.
Oh, we're going to have a look at this one a bit closer. The referee has deemed on field that she has seen a double movement here. And it does appear that the referee might be correct.
Just looking to determine if Jada Ferguson propels the ball after being stopped on the ground.
You want to hope she's short, because if she gets it to the line, it may well be a double movement.
Geez, there were some good tackles in the lead-up, though. Mosby came up with a great
Ball
one.
carrying arm lands on the ground with the tackler in touch. Jada Ferguson then propels the ball onto the goal line. We have a decision.
So it'll be no try.
Penalty, double movement.
Double movement. So they're saying that the ball did reach the line there.
Oh, Belinda was saying that on field she was all over it. She had a really good vision of it. And,
Stay on.
you know, it's disappointing for Jada because I think she's been really strong when she's come on. She's shown some really good speed around the ruck. She's recognised when it's time to go, when it's time to dish it out with a really good ball. So, but this now for the Titans gives them an opportunity to try and get themselves into some good field position. But at the moment, the Broncos, they're just all over them, Salty.
Can they get 3 tries in 8 minutes, the Titans? Well, need one off this set. Steph Hancock takes it upon herself. Now gets a pass away. Lauren Brown wrapped up by Talisha Harden. Taryn Aiken came in over the top. Annette Brandner on the charge. A good run. Now, Uppy Nichols looks to take off at a dummy half and is wrapped up. 2 tackles left in the set here for the Gold Coast. Shannon Martow wrapped up on the last. Brittany Brayley-Nardi, Lauren Brown.
Forward.
First knock on Brisbane, it looked like.
I think she's saying forward pass first.
No, it's a forward pass.
Salty.
Last tackle. Hand over.
So it'll be a Broncos ball. And
Play the ball.
you know, I'm sure it would be disheartening for the Titans at the moment, or easy for them to drop their heads because they've only had 40% possession the whole game. It hasn't gone any higher than that. But they're completing at such a low rate. They're completing at 60%. So when they do get the ball, they're just not making the most of it. The ball's going to ground, or there's a couple of last tackle options that just aren't going the way they want to. And it's just allowing the Broncos to get a roll on.
Sophie Hollyman on the charge.
You don't often see a real head down go forward, but that was a proper head down go forward.
Now, that'll be play on for Lavinia Gould. It was thrown backwards there by Taryn Aiken and then rolled forward. Gould's got it now for Brisbane. They're on the front foot here through Hannah Larson. Looking for more points here, Brisbane. Ferguson goes to Brigginshaw. Ellie, it's touched off a Titan, so Set restart, back to tackle 0 here for the Broncos.
This will be 0 with Hayley. HIA.
Hayley Maddock told to come from the field for an HIA.
I think she just copped a bit of a heavy knock after she dived on this loose ball. No, it's not Maddock that they're calling for the HIA. Laker Clark, is it? Bit of friendly fire?
Oh,
No, Ormond Maunsell it is.
yeah, it is Ormond Maunsell.
Bit of friendly fire there.
With Hayley.
So both Hayleys were receiving treatment, but it's Hayley J. Ormond Maunsell coming from the field, and Hayley Maddock is able to continue for Brisbane. She plays the ball and we're away again. Here's Lavinia Goulds. Full set of 6 for them here now, the Broncos. Jada Ferguson. Chelsea Lenarduzzi with an offload. Back to Ferguson. Now will it be 4 for Chapman? Will she go herself? She should. Going to be wrapped up. Aziza Mosley got her down low. Now Aiken, the Hollyman.
Salty, there's 2 players down in backfield here.
3.
Leonard Dutzy for the Broncos right in the middle of probably where the ball was about to go.
3,
And Georgia
Sophie.
Hale out the back with her trainer as well. Hale's been down for a significant amount of time. She's up on her feet now, being checked out by the physio. But Leonard Dutzy hasn't moved, Salty.
Yeah, and that'll be a big blow for Brisbane if this is serious for Chelsea Lenarduzzi. She's been enormous this afternoon. Terrific game for Chelsea Lenarduzzi. She's still on the ground here. So this is how it happened for Chelsea Lenarduzzi. Now, don't forget, the only place you'll see every game of the NRL finals is here on 9. 8 teams all battling it out for Premiership glory. And remember, the only place you can see the NRL Grand Final, exclusive, live and free, is here on 9's Wide World of Sports. You won't want to miss it.
Okay, just one marker you're having. Wait for it, I'll tell you when.
How good is September?
Just wait, we'll wait for your player to come on.
Here comes Brianna Clark about to rejoin the game. Can't be too serious, surely, for Chelsea Lenarduzzi. She's smiling, she's laughing.
Sometimes you smile to hide your pain,
Tackle
Salty.
3. Wait.
But 5 minutes to go, there's no point keeping her out there and risking further injury, so they'll take her from the field. As you said, she's been really strong for them this Arvo.
She sure has. Here's Hayley Maddock. Tackled there by Laker Clark. Ferguson. Aiken. Aaron Aiken. You wouldn't have been surprised if she just rolled out of that tackle and went towards the line there. Ferguson. Goulds. Got passed behind Brigginshaw. It's given to Sissoko. Shanae Sissoko. And that's a good kick in the end. Karina Brown huddled over the ball, saving the day for the Gold Coast.
Yeah, they're pinned in their own corner now, Salty, so smart kick, even though it didn't come off the way the Broncos wanted. If they can muscle up defensively, they'll maintain this position in the field.
Under 5 minutes remaining. NRLW action. Steph Hancock with an inside pass. Well read by the Broncos defence. And a strong showing from the Broncos this afternoon. Leading 22 points to 4. That's a terrific defensive set for Brisbane. Brown from inside the 40. Looking for a 40-30. Make it a 40. Oh, straightened up. Oh, hang on. Jamie Chapman's forced that one in goal. It would have been a dropout if she hadn't have touched it.
It would have been a 20-metre 7 tackle set.
Yes, thank you.
I think Chapo maybe thought there was someone screaming down on a hammer.
Well, the other thing too is probably have players yelling out to her all the way down saying
Maybe.
40-30, 40-30, and then just was thinking save the day, but it's a dropout instead of a 7-tackle set from the 20. So here come the Titans through Uppy Nichols. Good by Sophie Hollyman, and there was a hand in the ball there. And no, just ruled a loose carry by Belinda Sharp.
Oh, there's errors have really hurt the Titans this afternoon. I spoke earlier about how much possession they've had, which has been around 40%. Well, she had her arms near the ball, but she didn't have any hands actually on the ball there, Salty. So, and they've already used up their challenge as well, the Titans, so they couldn't even throw that one into the mix. But errors with ball in hand have really hurt them, and discipline penalty-wise has contributed to their game this afternoon. You see Sarah Saltier. Looks like she's going to get a bit of a run for the last few minutes.
Had a stint earlier in the half. So what we can take from this, Brisbane are back. They're on the board for this NRLW season. Brianna Clark now outside the own 20, playing the ball. Ferguson goes to Brigginshaw, and Ali, she loves to do, just takes the line on.
Geez, the gap closed quick, didn't it, though?
It did. Brianna Clark with a nice offload to Hayley Maddock. And now Sarah Sautier. Eventually wrapped up. Maddock. Now Hollyman again. Solid contact there. Charges forward with the head down. Last tackle. Brigginshaw puts in a kick. A bit of look out here. The Titans have got it. Another one that landed awkwardly for the Gold Coast.
Well, Lockie spoke about this about 10 minutes ago, how deep Uppy Nichols was standing. She just needs to readjust with an understanding of how strong that breeze is behind her, because the ball is always going to sit up, and she needs to try and attack that ball and get the Titans on the front foot. Even though there's only a minute 20 left, you still want to see that kind of footy.
Someone tell Kelvin Wright they're winning. He looked like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders there.
Riding every play.
That's right. You're just tuning in. Yes, that is Vicky Wilson next to him. Good hands there from Lauren Brown before being wrapped up by Jasmine Pongavini. Uppy Nichols. Kick here from Georgia Hale into the corner. Karina Brown was a long way back.
There you go. There was a sigh of relief for him. There's a little smile too. Vicky's smiling.
Oh, Kelvin, you got the sound up in there. Do you want to wave?
Well, they're on the board. They're on the board for the 2022 season.
Tanasha Solka been strong this afternoon. Only got 10 seconds remaining. Titans have got to win their next 2 games. They're to have any chance of making the top 4. And that is it. Brisbane on the board for this NRLW season. The 3-time premiers with a rock-solid victory this afternoon over the Gold Coast Titans. They did it well in the end. Full time, Broncos 22 have defeated the Titans 4.